Hello everyone, welcome to Numeriq Learning. Today we will be solving questions from the fourth unit, that is quadratic equation. So in the previous video we have solved a given quadratic equation using the quadratic formula. Now in the first few questions we will be using the factorization method, also known as the middle term splitting method, in order to solve any given quadratic equations. So the very first question is solve using factorization method. So any given quadratic equation should be of the form ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. Right? Now, from the given equation, you have to know what is your a, what is your b. A, b and c are the coefficients. A is the coefficient of x square, b is the coefficient of x, and c is the constant. Now, in this given question, that is 2x square plus 5 by 3x minus 2, one of the ways to remove the fraction, which is the coefficient of x, is to take the LCM. So, the LCM is 3. So, the first term would become, so this is like by 1, 2 by 1, okay, on either sides. So, 1 multiplied by what will give you 3? It is 3. So, 3 multiplied by 2x square is 3 2s are 6. So, the first term would be 6x square plus 5x minus 3 2s are 6 equal to 0. So when you cross multiply, 3 into 0 will become 0. So the given quadratic now is 6x square plus 5x minus 6 equal to 0. Now whenever you have got a quadratic of this form, wherein you have the x square term, the x term in the middle, which is the middle term, right? This x term is the middle term, and you have a constant. The first thing that you have to do is you have to take two values. One is the sum and the other one is product. Okay. So the sum will always be the value of the coefficient of x, which is b. So this is your a, this is your b, and this is your c, right? And the product value would be a into c. Product of a and c. So now what is the sum? Sum is b. B is nothing but 5 plus 5. Product is a into c. 6 into minus 6, which is minus 36. Now the minute you have your sum and the product value, you should get two numbers whose sum will be plus 5 and whose product will be minus 36. So the minute we know, right? We know 9 4s are 36, and the difference of 9 and 4 is 5. So we can write 9 and 4. The product has a negative value. So the sum is positive. So the smaller number should have a negative term. So when you add them, 9 plus of minus 4 is 9 minus 4. So 9 plus minus 4. When you add the two numbers, it is 9 minus 4, which is 5 plus 5. It satisfies. So when you do a product of the two numbers, it is minus 36. That also gets satisfied. So the two numbers for your middle term. So middle term 5x can be split as 9x and minus 4x. So let's do that. X square term will remain the same, that is 6x square. The 5x term, the middle term, will be split as 9x minus 4x minus 6 equal to 0. So you can take 3x common. So the first term will be 2x plus 3. Again, if you take minus 2 common out, you have 2x plus 3 equal to 0. So among these two terms, you have 2x plus 3 common, and the one which is left is 3x minus 2 equal to 0. So when the product of two terms, right, when product of two terms is 0, it means either one of the value is 0. So either 2x plus 3 equal to 0, or it means 3x minus 2 equal to 0. So 2x equal to minus 3, x is nothing but minus 3 by 2. This is one value of x. The other value is 3x is equal to plus 2, x is nothing but 2 by 3. So this is the second value. These two are the roots of the given equation. Okay, so these are the two roots. These are the two roots of the given quadratic equation. So let's see this next question. 2 by 5 x square minus x minus 3 by 5. So here you have fractions. So the easiest way to do is we can take an LCM. So the LCM is 5. So the numerator becomes 2x square minus 5x minus 3 equal to 0. So when you cross multiply, what you are left with is only the quadratic equation, which is 2x square minus 5x minus 3 equal to 0. So what is the sum and the product? Sum is always the coefficient of x, which is b, and product is nothing but the product of a and c, that is the coefficient of x square and the constant. So here the sum is minus 5, product is minus 6. So what are the two values? 6 and 1. You can put a negative sign to the bigger value. So minus 6 plus 1 is minus 5. Minus 6 multiplied by 1 is minus 6. So let's substitute in terms of in the middle term. In place of minus 5x, minus 6x plus 1x minus 3 equal to 0. So you can take 2x common out. What you are left with is x minus 3 plus 1 common out, x minus 3 equal to 0. So x minus 3 is one factor. The other factor is 2x plus 1 equal to 0. So either x minus 3 is equal to 0 or 2x plus 1 equal to 0, which means x is nothing but minus 1 by 2. Here x is equal to 3. So these are the two roots of the given quadratic equation. Okay. Let's move on to the third question. 3 root 2 x square minus 5x minus root 2 equal to 0. Please pause the video and try it on your own. Meanwhile, let me also do it. So here, what is the sum and the product? Since it's already of the form ax square plus bx plus c, so we don't have to take any LCM. Sum is nothing but minus 5. Product is nothing but 3 root 2 multiplied by minus root 2, which is root 2 into root 2 is 2, 2 3s are 6. So again it is minus 6. Right? So what are the two values that you can put here? So 6 and 1. Right, minus 6 and plus 1. So minus 6 plus 1 is minus 5, minus 6 multiplied by. So let's do it. So 3 root 2 x square minus 6x plus x minus root 2 equal to 0. Right. Here, what you can do is, you can take a 3 common out, 3 root 2 x common out. So what will remain here is x minus root 2 remains, because see, if you take root 2 multiplied by root 2 is 2, 2 into 3 is 6. So 6 x minus root 2 is the term inside, plus 1 multiplied by x minus root 2 equal to 0. So the first factor is x minus root 2. The second factor is 3 root 2x plus 1 equal to 0. So either x minus root 2 is 0, which gives you the first root, that is x equal to root 2, and the other value is 3 root 2x plus 1 equal to 0, which means x is nothing but minus 1 by 3 root 2. So these are the two values or the two roots of the given quadratic equation. So you can write, therefore the required roots are x is equal to root 2 comma minus 1 by 3 root 2. That's your answer. So I hope you are able to understand this. One of the main things here to notice, taking out your sum and taking out your product. A into C is your product. Getting your sum. Sum is always the B. And then finding two numbers that fit in your sum and product. And then substituting the middle term with these two values. Let's do another question. Yeah, 3x square plus 5 root 5x minus 10. Here, again, let's take our sum and the product. So, sum, product, sum is nothing but 5 root 5. And product is nothing but minus 30. Right? So again, 6 5s are 30. So I will write 6 root 5 and another is root 5. Right? If I put negative sign to both, yeah, here it is minus 30, right? So since it's a minus 30 here and a plus sum, the negative sign will come to the smaller value. So here, if you take 6 root 5 minus root 5 is 5 root 5, and 6 root 5 multiplied by minus root 5 is negative 30. So these are the two values. Okay. So let's do the middle term split. 3x square plus 6 root 5x minus root 5x minus 10 equal to 0. Take 3x common out. So you have x plus, so 2 root 5, again minus root 5 common, x plus 2 root 5 equal to 0. So the first value is x plus 2 root 5 and the second value is 3x minus root 5 equal to 0. So either x is equal to minus 2 root 5 when you equate the first factor to 0, or when you have 3x minus root 5 equal to 0, your 3x is root 5, x is nothing but root 5 by 3. So these are the two roots which you require. Okay. So whenever you have a square root as a coefficient, okay, a root term as a coefficient, please do not think that it's difficult. Okay. You just have to patiently understand that finding the two values for middle term split is really, really easy. Okay, so 30 is 6 5s are 30. So 5 we are just splitting it and writing as root 5 and root 5. And in order to put the negative sign, if I had put both negative, then the product would be positive. If I had put a negative to the bigger term, then the sum would be negative. But since it's positive sum, you are putting the negative term to the smaller term, smaller value, so that the sum is positive and the product is negative. Let's see another question. Yeah. Whenever you have questions which have coefficients in the form of p by q, always take the LCM. Okay, so here the LCM is 21. So the first value will be 21 into 21, which is 21,441, right? 441. So the first value is 441 x square minus 42x plus 1 equal to 0. When you cross multiply, the denominator 21 vanishes. So what you are left with is 441 x square minus 42x plus 1 equal to 0. So this is of the standard form. Let us calculate our sum and the product. What is the sum? Minus 42. Product is nothing but 441. What are the two values? If you see, 21 and 21 are the two values. Okay, 21 multiplied by 29 we just saw, right? We just 21 into 21 is 441. And if you add them, you'd get, if you add a negative sign to both, it will be minus 21 minus 21 is minus 42. If you do a product, you'll get a plus 441. So that's all. 441x square minus 21x, again minus 21x plus 1 equal to 0. Take 21x common out. So you have 21x minus 1. Again minus 1 common out. 21x minus 1 equal to 0. So the two values are, one is 21x minus 1. The other one is also 21x minus 1 equal to 0. So when you equate 21x minus 1 equal to 0, what do you get? X is equal to 1 by 21. Okay, so therefore you can write, these are repeated roots. So the required solution or the roots of the equation are x is equal to 1 by 21 comma 1 by 21. Okay, these are called repeated roots. Is it clear? I hope it is. Let's move on to the next question. Yeah. Find whether the following equations have real roots. If real roots exist, find them. So, whenever you have to find whether the given equations have real roots, how would you do that? So, we know that whenever your discriminant value is either greater than 0, right? Discriminant is nothing but d is equal to b square minus 4ac is the formula. If discriminant is greater than 0, that means they are real and distinct roots. If d is equal to 0, that means the given equation has two real and equal roots. So, the value of d will determine the nature of the roots. Okay, so let us go ahead with calculating the d for the first question. D equal to b square minus 4ac. What is b? B is, so this is your a, this is your b, and minus 3 is your c. So b square is nothing but 2 square minus 4 into 8 into minus 3. So 2 square is 4, minus into minus is plus. 8 4s are 32, 32 into 3, 96, right? Plus 96 is what you're getting. So 94 plus 6 is 100. 96 plus 4, it's 100. So d is nothing but 100. Okay, so it is, therefore you can write d is greater than 0. Therefore the real d is positive, right? Therefore real roots exist. Okay, so we have found it since the discriminant value is greater than 0, therefore the real roots exist. Now let's calculate what are those roots using the quadratic formula. X equal to minus b plus or minus root d by 2a. What is minus b? So minus 2 plus or minus root of 100 divided by 2a is 8. So minus 2 plus or minus 10 divided by 16. Okay, so the two possible roots are, one is minus 2 plus 10 by 16. This is one of the root. And the other root is x equal to minus 2 minus 10 by 16. So here 10 minus 2 is 8 by 16, which is 1 by 2. So x equal to 1 by 2 is one value. Here you have x is equal to minus 12 by 16. Right? 4 3s are 12, 4 4s are 16. 4 3s are 12, so minus 3 by 4. So what are the two roots? Therefore, x equal to 1 by 2, comma, minus 3 by 4 are the two roots of the given equation. Okay, so this is how you have to do. Let's try another question using the same way. Okay, you are given this, it's the same question. Find whether the following equations have real roots. So let us see if they have real roots by calculating the discriminant. So discriminant equal to b square minus 4ac. What is b square? 3 square minus 4 into a is minus 2, c is 2. So 3 square is 9, minus into minus is plus, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16. 16 plus 9 is 25. Therefore, x equal to minus b plus or minus root d by 2a. Let's substitute. So, minus 3. b is 3 plus or minus root of 25 by 2 into a. a is minus 2. So, you have minus 3 plus or minus root 25 is 5 divided by, you have a minus 4. Again, let us bifurcate into two roots. One of the root is x equal to minus 3 plus 5 by minus 4. So 5 minus 3 is 2 by minus 4. Okay, so 2 ones are 2, 2 2s are 4. This is equal to x equal to minus 1 by 2 is one root. Okay, the other root is x equal to minus 3 minus 5 by minus 4. So which is minus 8 by minus 4. Negative negative will get cancelled. 4 2s are 8. So x is equal to 2. So these are the two solutions or two roots of the given quadratic equation. So we have found out if the roots are real, and if so, if we are okay. So here also you can make a note of it. Therefore, d is greater than 0, which means real roots exist. Okay. Therefore, real root exists. Now let's do another question. Yeah. 5x square minus 2x minus 6. Same way we can do. Calculate d. B square minus 4ac. So b square is minus 2 square minus 4 into 5 into minus 10. It is 4 minus into minus is plus 200, right, which is 204. So since d is greater than 0, therefore it has real roots. Therefore real roots exist. Okay, now let's calculate the roots. X is equal to minus of minus 2 minus b plus or minus root of 204 whole divided by 2a. A is 5. Okay. So this 204, how can we write it? So 204, do the prime factorization. 2 ones are 202, again 2 5s are 10, 51, again 317, right? So you can write it as 2 root 13, 3 into 17. 17 into 3 is 51. So I can write minus into minus 2 is plus 2, plus or minus root 224 can be written as 2 root 51 whole divided by 2 into 5 is 10. Again, the two roots that are possible are x equal to 2 plus 2 root 51 by 10, or x equal to 2 minus 2 root 51 by 10. Okay. So what is it? Take 2 common out. 1 plus root 51 by 10. So 2 5s are 10. Okay. So here you have got x is equal to 1 plus root 51 by 5. Here you have take 2 common out. 1 minus root 51 by 10. So if you cancel it out, you'll get 1 minus root of 51 divided by 5. So these are the values of x that you're getting. These are the two roots. Okay, so it's very easy. Whenever you are asked to check if they have real roots, just do the same way. Calculate the discriminant and see if it is equal to 0. That means it is still real roots, or if it is greater than 0, also real roots. Let's move on to the next question. Yeah. Here, since you have a fraction and all the x terms are to one side, let's just take the LCM. So 2x minus 3 multiplied by x minus 5 is the denominator. Numerator will have x minus 5 plus 2x minus 3 equal to 1. On solving, what would you get? X plus 2x is 3x minus 8 divided by, multiply each term with the other one. So you have 2x square minus 10x minus 3x plus 15 equal to 1. So let us cross multiply. So you have got 3x minus 8 is equal to 2x square minus 13x plus 15. Okay. Take all terms to one side. So you have 2x square minus 13x minus 3x plus 15 plus 8 equal to 0. So 2x square minus 16x plus 15 plus 8. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23 equal to 0. Right? Now this is your required quadratic equation. Now what will you do? You know your A, B and C. A is 2, B is minus 16 and C is plus 23. Let us calculate the discriminant. B square minus 4AC. What is B square? Minus 16 the whole square minus 4 into 2 into 23. 16 square. What is 16? 256. 256. Minus 23 multiplied by 8. 24 to 184. So 256 minus 184 will be a positive value. What is it? 256 minus 184. So you have 2, 15, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 72. Right? You are getting plus 72, which is greater than 0. And real roots exist. If real roots exist, we can find out what are those roots. So x equal to minus b plus or minus root d by 2a. Okay, just substitute the values. What is minus b? So here minus of minus 16 is plus 16 plus or minus root 72 by 2a. What is a? A is 2. Okay. So how can you write 72? So 2 3s are 6, 2 6 are 12. Again, so I can write root of 72 as 6 root 2. Okay. So 16 plus or minus 6 root 2 divided by 4. Okay. So the two possibilities are, the two roots are x is equal to 16 plus 6 root 2 by 4 or x equal to 16 minus 6 root 2 by 4. Take 2 common out. So what did you get? 8 plus 3 root 2 by 4. So you can cancel it by 2. So what remains is x equal to 8 plus 3 root 2 by 2. This is one value. The other value will be, take again 2 common out. You have 8 minus 3 root 2 by 4. So what you are left with is 8 minus 3 root 2 by 2. These are the two roots of the given equation. Okay. So this is how you have to do. I hope it's clear. You can do this question for your homework. Okay, x square plus 5 root 5x minus 70 using the same question. First of all, find if this given equation has got a real root, and if it has a real root, use the quadratic formula and find the two values of x. Okay, I hope it's clear. We will continue this in the next class of Do Math with Me. Please do share, please do subscribe, and do share it with your friends if you found this useful. Thank you and happy learning.